Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here, Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center, headquarters for Wisdom in Golf. Today I have an important addendum to our backhanders in golf. And you'll see me elaborate a little bit more on this because, we've talked a lot, since 2007, we've talked a lot about the pre-turn and how for many of you that pre-turn was something that tended to throw your club too far to the inside. And we've come full circle. For those of you who are like in my left-handed swing, my dominant hand is my right hand, and I tend to use that right hand as a backhanded hammer or a frisbee throw or a backhanded slash of the sword. Now the thing about the hammer or the sledgehammer, when I put myself behind a tree, if I was cutting down a tree, I would actually cut it down left-handed. And one of the things that I've noticed that in my left-handed swing that I teach to my left-handers or my backhanders, for those who have an issue with drawing the ball, they tend to fade the ball too much. We'll go straight to this drill and immediately things improve. And I know that even for the forehanders, there's going to be some golden nuggets in here for you and some aha moments. So let's get to it. So what I've done is I put a golf ball right up against the door frame here. So as I turn into the wind, we might get a little bit of a windy situation. I'm going to turn around right-handed and do it right-handed right after this, okay? So I've got my ball right up against the door frame. I get set up, and if I was actually using a sledgehammer to pound a nail into this door frame, notice how I would be setting up. So here's me setting up to pound this straight into the door frame with my backhand. So you notice how I got behind it. If I had a hammer in my hands and I was ready to hammer a nail into this door frame with my backhand, I would do this. So you notice how turned I am? But you'll notice that the hammer is not moving in the direction of my shoulders, okay? The shoulders have nothing to do, the alignment of your shoulders have nothing to do with the path of the swing, contrary to what we see every day on the Golf Channel. So I get set up, I get behind it. Notice how far my shoulders are going to the left. Like they're going at least 45 degrees to the left. However, doesn't that look like I'm pounding that nail straight into the door frame? Right in there. So now if I position myself with a ball, I'm going to play a draw ball a bit back in my stance. Get behind the ball. Now notice this almost looks like I'm going into the board. But now watch as the ball departs from here. So notice how the ball is taking off alongside the board. And even though my shoulders look like they're turned into it, if I was actually swinging with the line of my shoulders, it would definitely look like that. But since I am focusing on the door frame and I am squeezing through the door frame, you notice that the pattern is very different as far as the club path is concerned. So, get behind my door frame, and now I'm just going to use that nice momentum through the door frame. You notice how that ball is flying nice and straight, and it barely has a whisper of a draw. So from the front, here's what it's going to look like. So I got the ball back, get behind the ball. Look how closed my shoulders look. My feet are parallel to the box. My hips, knees, and shoulders are very much to the left of the box, but my attention is on pinning that ball straight into the box. Okay, so you notice how I didn't hit the floor first. I didn't hit the ground first. I went straight into the door frame. So now the path is very much in line with the direction I want the ball to go. This will especially pay dividends with the driver, okay? So let's have a look at what it looks like right-handed. All right, so I have to simulate that, I have to think like a backhander now, right? So what you can do is use your dominant hand and use that hammer into the door frame backhanded. And then when you come over here, pretend you're doing that with your left hand as well. So notice shoulders, hips, and knees way out to the right, but I feel like I'm squeezing the ball straight into the door frame. So you see how I'm very much pre-turned, but my focus is driving the ball. So I'm going to do a little draw, get behind. So shoulders, hips, knees, and right, except for the feet. The feet are parallel to the box. There we go. So now I'm just following that box out there. So you notice how even though those shoulders look very closed, that path is going very much in line with that box, isn't it? So from the front, get ready. So this would be my draw. Play the ball a little bit back in my stance, get behind the ball. So now I feel like I can squeeze the ball into the door frame. Notice because the ball is a bit back in my stance, it tends to squirt a little to the right, which is perfect for the draw. So squeeze into the box. And this is what's going to help you find that position at the top of the swing. For those of you who tend to be across the line at the top of the swing, this is one of the drills that has fixed my swing from being too much across the line, where it used to be exaggerated a lot in years gone by, okay? So have a gander at this, you know, see how you can feel yourself through this, but for the backhanders, this is going to be gold for you. And for those of you who are still slicing the ball from the forehand, this is going to help you a lot, okay? Enjoy that. We'll see you in the next video.